Everyone, I'm in my room, and I know I owe you guys a second part still to um when I was cleaning my room, but honestly it never actually got finished. My bed did get cleared off pretty much. Did a few things on it, and some of the laundry did not get put away. So that's why I haven't updated you, because there's not enough hours. There's really not enough hours in a day for all the different rooms that need to, be worked on here and there. And since I'm working on the family room, I'm not going to work on my room right now. But I will get to it, I promise. You will get a part two of it looking like a room again. So right now, I am, of course, I said I'm working on the family room and I have other things I need to work on. So why not add another thing for me to take on and be overwhelmed with, right? Which is going to be, if you've ever seen a laundry bag, like a real laundry bag that has like the string that you can tighten and loosen, and it's huge, and it's like, well, they used to come in mesh, and I have a huge gray one that I put all the laundry in, and I brought it up. So that's what I'm doing right now, is sorting. I'm going to be sorting laundry into piles and giving them to who they belong to. Um, this bag is so heavy. I had to have one of my kids drag it behind them to get it into my room. Because there's no way you could pick it up and carry it. Anyways, so that's what I'm going to do, is sort laundry. And so, it needs done. And again, you guys know I am so tired of everybody's laundry being in my room when it shouldn't be, right? So, because that is part of getting my room clean. So I'm turning on my TV. I don't even watch TV, but I decided to turn it on. I got my grape water flavoring, which is so good. Anyway, so it is snowing here where I am, and I am so tired of snow, guys. And I know some of you maybe never saw snow or have been around snow, and for that, you guys might be curious. And I don't know how to explain it. It's frozen ice. Frozen, like if you're in the coldest water you can imagine, wherever you're from, and probably 3 to 5 times colder. But I know snow, and if you never experienced snow, I want to say lucky you. You are blessed for that, I would say. So, of course, this is not the best angle, so don't judge me, because I have the weirdest angles, and then, of course, it makes you look worse, but, that's what you get, because you're sitting on my bed with me, and you're low, so, you get the worst angles of me, and I apologize for that, but it's the only way I can make videos and fold laundry, so yeah, so my husband is out working in the snow, like so many people, driving, I guess I should say, not working. I talked to my father-in-law today so far. I'm not gonna lie, I took a nap too today. I did not sleep very well, last night. So I don't know if I'm going through the change or what, but I wake up almost every night or every morning around 3 a.m. Again, 3 a.m. Is not, in my theory, a good time to wake up because, they call it the witching hour, right? Or something like that. So, because of that, it's kind of eerie, but, again, if you guys have not looked up Katie Van Slyke on Facebook or, YouTube even, we are still waiting for the first, horse to be born of the season, and she is very late, late, but late for her. So, we are watching for her to have her baby. And so when I wake up at 3, that's what I do. I watch the horse and then check YouTube and check other things on my phone, and then go back to sleep sometime and then have to get right back up after I go to sleep. That's the bad thing. So I was really tired this morning and went back to sleep. So yeah, I talked to my father-in-law. I took a nap. Don't judge me on the nap. Sometimes you need a nap. Anyway, so, what else did I do? I guess that's all. And then I finally brought myself to come and do the laundry, and I ate lunch, which it was okay. And then I felt bad because I didn't want to save the leftovers, so I put it in the trash. Then my son came out and was like, did you make lunch? He's 20 years old, but whatever, right? And so I said, yeah, I threw it away. So he had to find something else. We had leftovers from dinner last night, though. Not very much, but enough for one person. And then I'm trying to decide what I want to wear. I'm folding the clothes. I'm trying to decide what I want to make for dinner tonight. So yeah, it was nice talking to my father-in-law. He and we've always been very close because we understand each other a lot. We kind of have some of the same problems and the same feelings about certain things in life, and so he really understands me, and he's never judged me ever about anything. So yeah, it's nice when I get to talk to him, and now we will do, since I brought him up, if you have seen my video, my in-laws don't invite me over when they invite my husband over, ever. And that was one thing that bothered me, and hurt my feelings. Not just with them, but also with my husband, allowing it without taking up for it. And so last time he was there, it's been a while, he asked his mom, next time he came over, he could bring me. I feel like, excuse me, you're asking if you can bring your best friend over, or you're like a friend, like, when we were little and we had to, I don't know about your parents, but if I had friends I wanted to spend the night, if I asked in front of them, like if they were standing in the room and I'm like, hey mom, can so-and-so spend the night? I would get in trouble for that. I don't know about you guys. Because it was embarrassing to her. I think because in case she said no, or she didn't, want to explain in front of them, like, why she didn't want them over. And so I ended up finally getting in trouble for asking. Okay, yeah, we even have sheets, guys, so, we'll put those back there. Yeah, so I ended up getting in trouble, and my mom finally telling me, do not ask in front of them. If you ask in front of them, I will say no. So I stopped doing that. So that's kind of how I feel like when he was like, hey, can my wife come too next night? Like, I felt like he was asking, can his wife come spend the night? Like, you know. Anyways, she did say yes, but I don't, I don't even know, that might have been even before Christmas. I want to say it was like between Christmas and Thanksgiving that he went over, and he's never been over there again because he hasn't, I mean, of course, he hasn't really reached out to them either, because she doesn't really call our house anymore, or his phone, I should say, because she thinks he's always working, which he does work a lot, as you guys know, like I've told you, but, she used to reach out to him sometimes, and now it's to the point that he has to reach out to her, which he doesn't do very often. Even when he does have the day off, he doesn't. Now, on Christmas, like I said, I reached out to her, which or Christmas, New Year's, which was funny because anytime I reach out to his mom, I don't know if it's his stepdad too, or his dad, but his mom, it's like he gets jealous, like, oh, yeah, you reached out to her, I better do it also. And so, well, it was, when the Chicago Bears were playing recently, so whenever that was, in the same night, and I'm not a football person, like, I know who they are, but I don't watch football, so don't judge me on that one, but, um, that was when I reached out to her, and we had I wouldn't say a real conversation, you know, um, that day, and it was nice. Like, it wasn't like a conversation that anything's gonna, like, I'm gonna be going over for dinner, don't get me wrong, but it was a nice conversation, and so it was like, oh, yeah, like, not even 5 minutes later, he was texting her, and it was kind of funny because it's like he gets jealous, or I don't know if he gets jealous that I reached out to her, or if it's a reminder that he hasn't. But he seems to do that a lot. Um, like I said, it's almost like, I don't know, to me, it's almost like he thinks I'm taking his mom away. Um, but maybe it's just that he's like, oh, maybe I should call too. Or I haven't called for a while, maybe I should. I don't know. But it is funny. And but again, he hasn't talked to her since then. She didn't invite over for dinner. So that will be interesting to see if, ooh, and when uh she does, or if she even does ever again. Because if she doesn't want me there, she doesn't have to ever invite him, right? So yeah, that's kind of how that goes, which is fine. Okay, so I'm making piles of everybody's clothes, including towels and stuff. And I can't remember whose pile is whose. So if you see me looking around, that's why. Um, and then I'm reaching. I swear this bag is like it reminds me of the bag that Santa carries. It's huge for real, except for mine's gray. And his, of course, is white. Or his, of course, is red. What am I saying, white? Um, so, yeah, I'm getting hangnails, so I bite my nails. I'm, and so I'm getting hangnails, and this one is really sore. So when I get hangnails, what I do is soak I soak it in Epsom salt, um, every day. But I also put, which is, I know you guys are going to find funny, um, Dawn dish soap. Just a little bit. So it mixes with the Epsom salt. I learned that trick. Um, my husband ended up with, I might say this wrong, so don't make fun of me. Is it colitis? Or, that you can get in different areas of your body. And he ended up getting it in his finger from biting his nails and having like an open wound, and then probably saliva got in there, not to be sick, which has germs. And so he ended up going to the doctor, and that's what they told him to do. But I've also learned to use tea tree oil, so after all that. And then I usually put it like a band-aid around it, because believe me, when that tea tree oil gets in there, it definitely pulls things out. But oh my gosh, it hurts so bad. I've had where the hangnails, whose is that? Not yours. I've had where the hangnails actually hurt so bad and woken me up in the night after putting that on. But it really pulls that out, whatever. Like, I want to say infection. I don't think it's an infection, but and so the pain will, yeah, it will definitely wake me up. Then I have to look at the sizes because, and don't get me wrong, my kids are two different sizes, but they, especially the oldest, wears the youngest clothes all the time. And at this point, I don't know whose underwear is whose. I only know what mine are and my husband's. Anyone else's? That's the bad thing about, like, having to that can or do wear the same size sometimes. Because one needs a certain size. The other one can fit the size is the problem. So we had something that happened that was very sweet yesterday. My son went to school and he had he does not like hoodies or anything that usually goes over his head like that, He'll use like the jacket that's like a sweatshirt that zips. But he doesn't like hoodies and stuff like that. But it was really cold recently. So I got him to wear a sweatshirt at least, just to school, and then he could take it off, put it in his book bag, And he ended up losing it at school, and looked and lost and found, looked where he left it, looked everywhere he could think of, and couldn't find it. So I assumed someone took it. And so his teacher she was so nice. She went out and bought him a new sweatshirt. I was, of course, which was so sweet. She didn't need to. Obviously, we have tons of sweatshirts here. I just didn't have time that morning to go get one upstairs. Or I didn't have time that morning to go in their room and get one because his bus was here. So she bought him a new sweatshirt and put on his desk yesterday, which was the sweetest thing ever. I mean, I know teachers, that I've had a few teachers that definitely would have taken the shirt off their back for any of their students, any day, when I was growing up. But, you don't usually get that in life. And, So that was very thoughtful of her. And, we appreciated her for that. Okay, so we are almost done with the bag, guys. Now, then I have to take them to who they belong to and fight about that stuff. So, the thing of it is my oldest takes my youngest clothes all the time, even though they're falling off of him. And then he tries to tell me they're not. And then when I try to give him the ones that are his, he tries to tell me they're not his. And takes my youngest clothes. So, he hasn't bought himself clothes in forever. So I know that these are not his. And I know what size he does wear. He definitely can wear a medium. He tries to say he wears like a large or an extra large. Which is definitely not true. Because, knock on wood, he got his dad's jeans. Let's put it that way. And he is one that is concerned about his weight all the time. Asking me if he's gained weight or stuff like that. But, yeah. So, but he takes my other kids' clothes. Okay, I think this is the end of it finally. And I think these are actually all folded up clothes, because I had folded some before I put them in here. One day. Zipper. I can't tell who this is. Oh, that's his. And then we have, I wear shorts a lot at night. I have been wearing night pants just because it's so cold, but yeah. So we do have some shorts out still around here. And that is one thing I'm looking forward to. I don't know about you guys. Is this warmer weather getting here? Because I even saw next week, I think it is. It's supposed to be like in the 30s, and I think maybe even 40s, but at least 30s. And I'm so excited about that. We definitely need that weather bad, or I do. I need, where I feel like I can go out or go for a walk or just get out of the house. But right now I don't like to leave the house because I don't like the weather. I think that's yours. I don't even know. Again, I am not a winter person, guys, at all. So, okay, is that all of it? I think that's all of it, guys. Now I gotta deliver these and go from there, I guess. I do have some other bags, but and I might go through them since I'm here. Why not, right? But that was actually better than I thought it was gonna be. And now I'm out of water too. I need, I still have my Christmas. Anyone have their Christmas tree up still? I went past the house the other day, and they had their big Christmas tree still up in their window, and it still had Christmas stuff on it. And I've seen houses with their Christmas stuff still outside, even like in their front yard, like tons of Christmas decorations. And I mean, I do understand that because, like, when I decorated last year, I think it was, because the ground was so cold, you couldn't get the stuff out of the ground. So I don't know if that's why, or they just enjoy it still being up. I still have our tiny little tree, I mean, out in the hall. We have not been lighting it up. It just never got put back in my room, because that's where I had it, just to kind of bring myself joy Like when I go to bed, I, would plug it in and it would be really pretty. But yeah, so I gotta get that out of the hall today, hopefully. Anyway, I hope you guys are all having a good day, and I will see you soon. Bye.